Hi Halo, I'm Charlie Chun. Today we're going to be going over some summer safety tips to help you out. We wanted to talk to you about 5 different ways that you can walk your dog in this heat. Tip number 1, asphalt is on average 51 degrees hotter than the air temperature. The way that we can make sure we don't burn our dog's paws is you're going to take the back of your hand, press it on the asphalt for 7 seconds. If it's too hot for your hand, it's too hot for your dog's sensitive paws. Tip number 2, we want to try and exercise our dogs earlier in the morning or later in the evening. Exercising during the hottest part of the day, the middle of the day, can be potentially dangerous for your dog. Tip number 3, try to avoid asphalt altogether, but if you must, try dog booties or a cooling jacket. Tip number 4, always give your dog access to water. You never want to force them to drink, but if you need to encourage them, you can use frozen peas and add that in. You don't want the water to be too cold because that can actually cause their blood vessels to constrict, which will be contradictory to their blood flow. This is how they cool themselves down. You want them to be able to pant freely, so make sure you never force them to drink. Tip number 5, if you're worried that your dog is beginning to get overheated, there are a few things that you can try. The first one is dip your dog's paws in water. Make sure the water, again, is not too cold. We don't want to constrict their blood vessels. Good boy. Good boy, thank you. Another way to cool your dog down is to use a wet towel. You can use this on their underbelly, in their armpits, and on their ears. This will help them regulate their body temperature. There you go. Good boy. You saying thank you? Yeah, I know. Exercising your dog is important even during the summertime. Use these tips to help make sure your dog stays safe during these hot summer months. When it's hot, something to look out for is GDV, also known as bloat. Bloat is when a dog excessively takes in food, liquid, or gas, and it causes the stomach to fill. When the stomach fills, it can actually twist or flip altogether. When a dog experiences bloat, it can be potentially fatal, so it is very important to take your dog to the vet immediately if you notice any of these signs. These signs can look like abdominal swelling, dry heaving, or sensitivity to touch. Ways to help prevent this from happening to your dog is monitoring their water and food intake 20 minutes before and after exercise. If the dog intakes too much water or gas at once, it can cause the stomach to fill. Did you know that dogs don't sweat? They're not able to cool themselves off the same way that we do. They cool themselves off or regulate their temperature through panting. Here are some things to look out for to make sure that your dog is not overheating. 3 signs that your dog might be overheating might be drooling or excessive panting, tongue out to the side in red, or in more serious cases, vomiting or mobility issues. If you notice these more serious signs, you should take your dog to the vet immediately. If you suspect that your dog is overheating, it's important not to put them in water that is too cold. Even though you're trying to cool your dog down, this actually constricts their blood vessels and then they aren't able to regulate their body temperature. So if you do want to cool your dog down, make sure it's room temperature water and you lightly dab the water in their pits, tummy, or on their ears. Since dogs regulate their body temperature through panting, it's very important we never want to leave them in a hot car. Since the air around them is hot, they will not be able to cool themselves down. Even though during the summertime, we do worry about heat and safety, it's always important to remember to have fun with it. There's so many activities that you can do with your dog. The one that we like to do the most is take out the kiddie pool and throw some toys in it. You ready, Fee? You ready? Let's go. Good girl, yay! Here we go. That's very good. Something that might be fun for your dog is the hose. Wow, does the water taste good? Yeah. It always tastes better at the bottom of the pool. Good girl. Oh, that's so nice. Good girl, yay! Oh, so refreshing. If your dog hasn't been in a kiddie pool yet, a good way to help them is to use treats, or you can use a toy. You don't want to force the dog into the pool the first couple of times. You really want to build this off of trust and make sure that they have a positive association off of it. So you can use treats, you can use your toys and coax the dog in, and let them move around a little bit. Let them feel the water. Let them hear it. Good boy. That's nice, good boy. So you can move it around, make sure that they're hearing it, that they're feeling it. Oh, good boy. Oh, tug of war. Tug of war is so much fun. Go get it. Good boy, there you go. Very nice. You can see how I'm kind of lightly just dabbling it. That way he gets used to it on his back. Now that we've had some fun in the water, let's take some time and care for our halo collars. Before your dog even gets in the water, we want to make sure that the USB port is closed and the flap is sealed. After your fun time in the water, if you notice any moisture around or in the port, here's some steps to follow before you put it on the charger. If you notice water in the USB port, simply turn the port so it's facing down and gently tap to try and get rid of the water inside that port. After, you can allow the excess moisture to evaporate naturally. This should take about 1 to 2 hours. If anything other than water gets into your collar, use fresh water to rinse it out and use a soft cloth to dry out the collar. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everyone has a wonderful and safe summer. I'm Charlie Chun. I'll see you next time. Bye, Halo.